What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and I'm here today playing another episode of Shadowrun Returns. Where we had left off, we had met with Mr. Telestrian, who had given us a plan to use Project Aegis to annihilate some bad bugs from another dimension. And so here we are, in his estate, getting ready for a run against the Universal Brotherhood. Now, I don't know if this is the last part of the game. We'll find out as we go along. But there's a little bit of conversation to be had here. But first things first, let's take a look at our finances and figure out what kind of equipment we're going to need for the next run. We have 12 karma, so let's run through our karma menu and figure out what we want to upgrade. We had been focusing a tad on droids, or drones, because they were doing pretty well for us, to be honest. And given that our combat skills are decent, it seems like a good thing to trade 1 AP for 5 AP, which is essentially what we're doing. We have 3 AP by ourselves, we spend 1 AP, and then we get 3 more, which means we have 5 AP of total attacks and movements. It makes me very happy to use the equipment that they give me. However, we only have 12 karma. We could upgrade intelligence, but our drone ability is capped out, so we would need 14 to actually raise this up to S-class drones. Drone combat, additionally, we would need the same thing. So I'm gonna table intelligence for right now. Let's take a look at the possibility of quickness or ranged combat. I'm sort of interested in how I could get an extra weapon slot, but I think that's what my drone is occupying right now. It's just been so long since I unequipped anything from there that I haven't really thought about it. I don't think the game's going to be much longer, so I'm not completely sold on grabbing charisma. I suppose I'll just take 1 extra intelligence for now, and then we'll save the rest of the karma for a rainy day, I suppose. Let's go ahead and talk to Mr. Quoth, who was Mr. Telestrian's butler slash, I don't know, supplier. He seems to have a large supply of weaponry for being just a butler. In addition to the Aegis-loaded launchers that we will provide, I am authorized to outfit you with anything from weapons to supplies to clothing. Let's take a look at gear, first and foremost. And we are going to have to replace some of the consumables that we used in the last mission. I'm going to consider grabbing... Let's take a look. We need more dock wagon stuff, so let's grab a silver dock wagon kit. We'll grab a couple of the premium med kits and also an expert drone repair kit so that we can fix Woogie up if we need to. That puts us at 1900. We might also think about... Let's look at the guns, because I know we can equip people before runs, possibly. Let's take a look at the shotguns and see, because I'm going to bring Coyote on this one. I enjoy Coyote as a character. She's done well by us so far, and it'd be interesting if we can actually just equip her with new stuff. So they've got a T250 SmartLink shotgun. Does 22 versus the 20 that she already has with the same range. Throw one of those on the pile, I guess. I don't see any reason not to. If it doesn't work, then I guess we've got an extra shotgun sitting around, and we'll just kind of live with it. We've got all that extra equipment right there. What other equipables do we have? So there's another... Oh, the drone repair kit isn't actually in our bag. Let's drop one of these. There we go, and then we'll slot in the drone repair kit. We've also got to upgrade Woogie, as I recall. Let's look back at the gear, and I think we've moved up to A-class drones at this point. We can do the Steel Lynx, which offers ground-based firepower, or the Sundowner, which is a hover drone which supports the team with medkits and concussion grenades. I'm going to go with the attack because they said something in the dialogue about me having to carry a launcher, and I'm not sure if that launcher is going to be assignable to other people, which makes me a tad nervous. That means we're going to be leaning really heavily on my droid for the course of this fight, so we'll confirm that, and then let's get him slotted in. Woogie's getting his makeover taken care of. Let's see here. Using an Ares Alpha? I thought we were using an FN Har. Oh, never mind, we're using an Ares Alpha. Alright, I must have lost track. Let's jump into our drone menu, and there's the Steel Lynx. He's now in. He's got little wheels, it looks like, so he's not going to be a hover drone like our previous Woogie iteration, but he'll work. Taking a look at the outfits to see what's available. Not a whole lot, actually. It's pretty much the same thing that was here before. I guess we'll just stick with what we have since we're getting drone boost from it. Or, I'm sorry, we're getting ESP control, and we're also getting intelligence. Cyberware. Let's take a look at the cyberware list. See if he's got anything here. I don't want to spend too much money because we are going to be expected to hire Shadowrunners as we go further in. But it looks like they've got alpha versions of stuff that we already have, which is an interesting concept. So considering we have Shioese bone lacing, or Shioese, I always pronounce that wrong. I always thought that it's part of my dyslexia, I think. I always see like I before A whenever I look at Shioese. I don't know why, so I call it Shioese, even though I'm pretty sure it's just Shioese. We've got also the alpha version of the dermal plating. There's no alpha version of the Shyway's bone lacing, though. Oh, there is. There's a Kevlar version that gives us another body and another strength. That's a really interesting investment, too, but it's incredibly expensive, so I guess we'll just hire Shadowrunners for now. I'll ignore cyberware. I don't want to spend too much. Let's do a little bit of conversing before we head out into this mission. Any little bit of information that we can glean about backstory I think is going to help us out. Marie-Louise Telestrian. I was listening. It sounds bad. Yep. Thank you for everything. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. I believe you. You look like you have a question, though. Why were you locked up at the Universal Brotherhood? Father didn't approve of my boyfriend and tried to scare him off. Something went wrong and Harlequin ended up in a wheelchair. Father covered the whole thing up and lied to me about Harlequin. He told me some pretty horrible things. Her jaw clenches, and I believed him. My Aunt Lynn told me the truth about Harlequin and how my father lied. She preyed upon my anger. I was so disgusted with him. It was easy for her to get me to leave and join her new family at the Universal Brotherhood. What did she tell you? Or what did she want with you? Aunt Lynn was very excited to have me there. Almost manic. She talked about the inner circle and how I was going to be at its center. She said I would be their queen. The way she spoke was as if she had seen God or something. Her eyes close and she hugs herself tightly, but it's not God that she sees, it's just bugs. What did Harlequin tell you about us breaking into your father's office? Nothing. I haven't spoken to him since last night. Why? What happened? He hasn't contacted you? No, and I thought he would by now. Did something happen to him? I'm sure he's okay. He was in the Matrix the whole time. That's what I thought. Harlequin is amazing in the Matrix. I'm sure I'll hear from him soon. Was it Harlequin who helped you in the Matrix? She smiles, clearly in love. Yeah, even after my father ruined his life and convinced me to hate him, he's still been watching over me. My angel in cyberspace, Baron Samdi. After we escaped, I told Harlequin about the Brotherhood and about the bugs. It was his idea to steal Project Aegis so he could go back into the Universal Brotherhood and exterminate them. But I don't know how he knew about it. He just knows things. Okay, so we've about tapped out our options there. We had the option to rat out Samdi and tell him that we completely and totally wrecked her father's office, but we're going to avoid that option for now. No snitches and all that. Let's talk to Hans Brockhaus, because he seems like he knows a lot about the bugs, and he's in league with a dragon, and anytime you're dealing with a dragon, it's better to be more informed than less. We did not allow many opportunities during our briefing for you to ask questions, Shadowrunner. You may ask them now. How did the insect spirits get here? When the membrane between planes thins, the insect spirits reach into the mind of a shaman and begin their manipulation, playing on weaknesses and offering unlimited power if the rituals needed to bring the spirits here are performed. But once a shaman takes an insect spirit as a totem, they begin an inevitable decline into insanity, slowly losing all of their humanity. Eventually, the shaman completely succumbs, choosing the contentment and sense of clear purpose that being part of the Hide provides. Perform your role, serve your queen. That's all. If Lofweir had seen this before and knew another was coming, why didn't he move quicker? Based upon the previous life cycles of magic, the insects are not due to appear for another 700 years. My Lord Lofweir believed he was well ahead of schedule. Something is different this time, and it's concerning. Why do you think it's different this time? Perhaps it's due to the population of humans and metahumans on Earth being so much higher than in previous ages. As a result, the volume of magic created by sentient beings is correspondingly higher. Or perhaps it's the density of the population coupled with the advances of society and technology that's altered things. Magic has never quite returned to the world like it has this time. The density of sentient creatures coupled with the density of information, coupled with a new concept, the technological persistence of memory, heightens a society's existential angst. Thus, the more people realize how truly horrible existence is, simultaneously. That in and of itself may be some form of magic. Lofweir is studying the question now. What's it like to serve a great dragon? His eyes narrow. Do not misconstrue my relationship with Lord Lofweir. I don't serve. Alright, well let's get out of here before our side-burned friends decides to burn us. I guess he's just a vendor. I suppose we'll just take off with Harlequin. Get ourselves loaded in for another mission. Are you ready to get knee-deep in ectoplasm? Hold on, let me make sure that everything's squared away. Our droid's good. Let me look at my inventory, make sure everything's squared away positively. I'm equipped out about as good as I can be for now. Yeah, let's jump into this thing. There's no point wasting time with it. We have a few questions first. Of course you do. So who are you? I am he as you are me, and we are all together. So you're the walrus? Cuckoo Gajoo. He bows with a flourish. I'm Harlequin, the Lightbearer, last knight of the Crying Spire, he who manipulates Shadowrunners and fights duels with assholes. And for the next hour or two, I'm at your service. How do we kill an insect spirit again? Ah, the fun gory stuff. Step 1, damage the bug using conventional weapons and magic until the spirit is released from his host's body. Step 2, shoot the insect spirit using Project Aegis launcher that Telestrian's people have created. Step 3, keep on shooting until either the spirit is destroyed or you're bug food. Hey, what about you, bud? Rinse and repeat. What's the connection between the bugs and the Universal Brotherhood? His eyes glitter at the question. Ah, this one is truly genius. Talk about hiding in plain sight. This cycle, the bugs didn't use some whacked-out shaman in a small rural village somewhere as their portal. They're thinking big. They've set up shop in every major city, created a major marketing campaign, and began aggressively recruiting the dropouts, disaffected and deranged, just like any good cult. If Aegis fails, then we all fail. The world will be absolutely overrun with bugs. It's sort of brilliant. Does Brockhouse really work for a great dragon? He winks. Nah. I'm ready. Let's stomp ourselves some bugs. His eyes light up and he says, I thought you'd never ask. We have to bring a launcher with us. And I'm a little disaffected by this because I would prefer, I don't know what kind of weapon the launcher is. Like, what stats is it going to be using for its attack rolls? If it's going to be using shotgun, for example, or pistol or rifle, I don't really know what skill set this is going to use in order to deal damage. It makes me a tad nervous. I suppose I could send it to the stash and equip it on someone else once I take a look at it when we're equipping our Shadowrunners. At the same time, I'm not positive they'll give me an opportunity, so I guess I'll just equip it. It's one of those situations where the game doesn't make it very clear how this is going to be useful to me. We have a drone, so at least it's not completely wasted if we end up stashing it. I don't know. I guess I'll equip it. I just don't really know, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. I suppose you should know, Telestrian's technician only had a bit of time to create a few prototype Aegis launchers. I'll be taking one, naturally. Another is for you. Treat her well. If you want additional bug-splattering firepower, James has agreed to allow one of his personal elite guard to accompany us with the final prototype weapon. And now, let us be away. We have a date with Destiny, and she doesn't like to be kept waiting. Alrighty, let's do this thing. Now, did that equip on me already? Oh, it did. Can I clear this from here? I don't really like what it's... if I can take him, for example, I would prefer to take him and have him do it, and then I don't like the way that they've arranged this. I have to take Harlequin. I guess we'll take the Ghost. What are his skills? Ranged combat 5, shotgun 4, rifle 4. Yikes. Well, I guess I'll take him, and we may have to bypass on Coyote for now. I'm gambling right now on the likelihood that they might give me an opportunity in a minute to rearrange my inventory before we land. That's what I'm hoping. If that doesn't work, then this whole thing could get incredibly hairy, incredibly fast, and that's just something I'll have to deal with, I guess. Once again, it's one of those things that I don't think the game explained very well. By comparison to, it's happened in other runs too, like taking Dodger last time. It's just difficult really to see who's going to be useful and who's not. Where is Gallowglass at? My dear, dear friend. Coyote. I don't see him here. Weird. Where is Gallowglass? He should be available. He's always been available before. Oh, I don't like that at all. Well, I guess if we don't have Gallowglass, I'll just bring Coyote and say screw it. Run through one more time just to make sure. He looks like, or she looks like she has the same skills that Gallowglass has, just a little more attack. So I suppose we bring Echeverry Eve, I guess. She's got a cigarette. She looks kind of cool. Everybody knows that cigarettes make you look marginally cooler. They're terrible for your health, but your coolness levels just jump through the roof if you're firing a gun and smoking a cigarette at the same time. Let's confirm and do this thing. You return to the Universal Brotherhood is anything but subtle. The team hits the same back door Coyote found, and you storm through, quickly making your way into the restricted area and the room where you last met Jessica and first encountered the bugs. You stand there together, listening to the sounds of chittering coming from somewhere distant. Harlequin stares into the darkness, humming tunelessly while fingering the sword on his hip. When he turns, lifts his Aegis Launcher to his lips and gives it a kiss. You give the signal and the hunt begins. Funsies. Oh, I do get to do an equipment run. Well, very nice. Forget you, Aegis Launcher. We've already got 2 of them. I'll take the Ares Alpha. Let's confirm. Oh, I can equip like anybody. That's funsies. I've got an extra med kit. Let's throw that on somebody. I suppose I'll give it to... That guy's all full up. Yeah, sure. Let's give it to Harlequin. Why not? I don't even know if this is going to be our last run, so if it is, I'd prefer to be very well equipped. We have Karma available. Let me confirm it real quick. Okay, I didn't see them give me any new doodads, but the side door you found last time we were here is pretty helpful. We avoided all those Universal Brotherhood spa cult yahoos. Telestrian was right. You're a real value add. Harlequin grins a wide, predatory grin, both sets of his pearly white teeth offset by the livid red lipstick around his mouth. Now the fun begins. Let's do it. No more questions, no more hiding. Let's do this thing. So let's activate Woogie first. And I suppose we'll send him in as our advanced troop. Looks like we do have some enemies here. So let's consider... Let's get everybody flanking a door here. He's got an assault rifle, and he's kind of an expendable, nameless red shirt, so I suppose I'll use him as my frontline assault for this entire deal. I don't really care if he gets knocked off. He's got a few abilities here. We'll have him use an aim shot on him. He managed to make the shot for 15 damage, which is good. And he actually managed to make a 46% shot from pretty deep, too. I don't know if this guy's going to have grenades, which makes me very nervous about moving forward too far. They could additionally be sitting out here, possibly overwatching, although I'm not totally sold on that concept yet. I suppose I can send somebody in to find out. Well, no overwatch there, so maybe send... I have no idea. We'll use a AP right there and possibly just take a shot at this guy if we can. And he's down. Very nice. That means that I can move... Let's swap him over to there, her over to there. I apologize. I keep calling her a him and a her, or him or blah, 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 you know. Just totally getting mealy-mouthed in this episode, and I'm not really completely sure why. I haven't eaten any meal, and so there should be no excuse. I guess I can... I have enough AP to get Harlequin into the room, which I guess I'll take the opportunity to do that. Seems like there's 2 more of them. Alright, so let's break off the turn. He's closed and taking an automatic round at us with a submachine gun. No damage. Harlequin's taking a little bit there, though. I'm going to flank. Let's go ahead and actually... We'll use our mage asset first. She's going to heal. Get rid of all the damage we can right and up front. And it's always easier in point-blank range like this if they've got cover just to huck a AoE over here since we've got such a great chance of it landing. So away it goes, 99%. Bit of damage there, 15. Splattercat, we're going to have flank. Hard. Hard and fast. Just the way we like our operations to go. Woogie's going to bark up the same tree. And he's going to use both of his... Ooh, 48%. What's going on, Woogie? Killing me with these shot percentages. Well, 2 misses right there. I believe Harlequin has some pretty powerful magic, too. He's got heals, aim, mana bolt. Let's go ahead and use mana bolt. So there's 16 more damage. And it may be a better investment for him. Yeah, just to throw out a mana ball, maybe. Let's just do that and make sure that he goes down. So down he goes. I'd rather take the guaranteed kill than kind of run around messing around with the possibility of trying to run up and slash him with a sword, which has an inherent chance to miss. We will... I don't know if he's in cover or not, but let's spread a little wide just to make sure that we don't get grenaded or anything like that. He is a mage, which extends the unique possibility that he might summon a mob. Yeah, I was worried about that. Oh, he buffed himself. Never mind. Because Harlequin's heal is still up and he got crit for a lot of damage, this is one of those cases where a heal is going to come through in spades. So there's a free 30 damage heal, which is frankly incredible. Everything he has is on cooldown. So he's going to buff himself. Well, we'll use him last. We'll figure out what our uses for him are going to be later on down the road. Let's get our mage into position here. She's going to throw just a basic mana bolt over there. I realize she has another cast, but I believe it was with 2 AP, so I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to take a moment and try and get a marked target going. Alright, he's been marked. So with an 87% chance to shoot, we're going to deal some damage there. Woogie is going to benefit pretty substantially from that bonus to hit. He's going to close up and hopefully finish this whole job off. There's the only exit that I'm seeing. I don't see anything else lootable in the room, so let's keep on trucking as quickly as possible with every bit of haste that we can. Pass the turn here so that everybody can make a sprint for the door. I believe everybody can make it within their 3 AP allotment. So Harlequin next. Off he goes. I'm going to avoid using his melee as much as possible. Now, I've heard people extolling the virtues of the Adept, but I've never been able to get them to work for me. It's possible that the developers have allocated the skill points in a way that's less than agreeable, but I bet I would have a better luck with one that I spec. I don't like the inherent mischance that it has there. I've found that you miss a lot. The one time that I had that Adept, that Dwarf, I gave him a shot and he let me down. We're on the next floor now. We'll send our red shirt in first. Just kind of see where this whole thing ends up. I have the nasty feeling that they might just be waiting for me on the other side of this wall. So let's send him over to here since he can make it. There it is. Let's... Yikes. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go full auto, I guess, on this guy up front. And we'll hope for some luck. No such luck, though. Just one hit for 15 damage. It's better than nothing. Because he can only get so far with his current AP, I'm going to line him up with the wall. Woogie is going to do the same thing. Because I just don't see Woogie tangibly... I don't see any vents or anything of that nature. Yeah, let's get Woogie lined up with the wall right here. Hopefully out of line of sight. We'll have this mage heal, if she has line of sight anyways, the ghost. Yeah, we'll have her swing wide and heal the ghost. There it is. Woogie's already locked down. We'll actually have him overwatch. I'm going to spend a turn possibly just buffing things from here. Yeah, let's buff Splattercat, even though I don't really think he needs it. Just in case they slide into cover. He will buff himself with that movement. And then he'll kind of just come down here alongside the mage, and we'll try and get him into position in the next turn. Woogie takes an overwatch shot, which actually lands home pretty solidly. 16 damage I will accept. It appears as though they're just running away with their turn. I'm not positive how to construe that or how to really think about it. I'm going to get him into position maybe for a long bomb sniper shot with his rifle with 75% chance. I think we can land this one. There it is. So at least one of them didn't get out of the room, which was a bit what I was worried about. We have no idea what's coming down the pipe with this next room. There could be a full-scale engagement in here. Just keeping everybody in cover in case they decide to come back as well, I think would be an astute move, a strategically valid thing to think about. I've been trying to get better at my strategic playstyle because I know sometimes I do dumb stuff and let you guys down. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to think outside the box a bit more, or at least at the bare minimum, consider all the variables, which I think is always a major part about playing strategy games, but there's an inherent difficulty with LPing strategy games where you just tend not to think about things because your mind is so set on the commentary at hand that sometimes you just bypass just intelligent decisions. They don't even cross your mind because you're so busy thinking about the next thing that you want to say or bring up that you just don't get around to it. The ghost is all locked and loaded, so I'm just going to send him straight in and we'll just live with the consequences here. This wall has a quest giver, it would appear. That was kind of a weak World of Warcraft joke, but I tried. I tried my best, you guys. Don't shun me. Don't shun me and get your brooms to call shenanigans. I've been beaten with brooms too many times today already. We've got a vent over here, and there's one of our runners. Let's set Woogie up so that he can penetrate that vent as much as possible in the next turn. We'll take Harlequin, and we're going to line everybody up out of line of sight the best we can. I don't want to be taking any AoEs or grenades or anything without them having to move to me first. With Overwatch, it's strange because he doesn't have... He has the gas shotgun, I guess. I don't know if that'll hurt normal people, but we'll try it out. Bringing my mage up, and we'll have her stop right there in Overwatch as well with her remaining AP. Woogie, you're on Overwatch duty too. I don't think they're coming back though. We'll have the Ghost step out to here, stepping wide so as to avoid that corner if we can. Let's intervene with our drone first and see if maybe we can get some insight into what's coming before we go much further. Woogie away. So we got 2 sense of vents here. One going into a room where they're clearly covered, and the other looks like we don't have a full view, so we'll wait for Woogie on this one. Oh, they're coming after us. I should have set myself up better. I didn't expect that. Usually the game really likes to hang back. I'm not really stoked about the Ghost's ability to hit mobs right now. I may try and buff him up pretty soon. Maybe get him landed with some better, not equipment, but just start throwing the mage buff on him every chance that I get. Woogie's gonna go check out this vent, I guess. Did that use up all of his AP? That's odd that he had so little AP. I'm not really sure what occurred there. He's got 2 AP. We can throw a mana bolt to there, or a mana ball. I don't want to do that. Let's use the other mage first, and we'll use him as our contingency cleanup guy. With a 65% chance to hit, I think it might be a good choice to buff her chance to hit. I don't know if that aim spell will actually affect her magic casting abilities. I hope it will. It did. So with an 80% chance to hit with the generic mana bolt, we're faced with a decision between just kind of overkill Let's err on the side of caution. I can take 2 shots with an attack that'll potentially do 14 damage, or I can take 15 off the top using... I'm gonna gamble with the 80%. We'll see what happens. There's 7. And there's a miss, so I gambled and I lost, unfortunately. The RNG gods have not been fans of this playthrough. That leaves me with an adept that's going to be coming at me pretty quickly. I guess what I'll consider doing is we'll just chuck an AoE down this hallway. With a mana ball... No, not enough AP, unfortunately. I thought that took 1 right there that I was looking at. I guess I'll take mana bolt then. 24 damage with the crit. I'll take it. Can't guarantee success with it, but I'll take it. Ooh, okay, so we've got 2 little bits of damage that have been dealt. That guy's running up to the vent quickly to deal with Woogie. Let's get Woogie into this vent really quickly. We'll step him up to the line right here. Pop him out the other end. Oh, we've got a bug on our hands. Okay. And down goes that guy. We're going to have both of our mages heal this turn. Because I think both... Yeah, we had 2 separate individuals take a little bit of damage. So there's that there. With the remainder of her movement points, she's going to, I guess, move out of line of sight and up against this wall to at least bait this guy to step over. The ghost, we need to throw a heal on him as well. There we are. And dealing with the bug, this is going to be a little bit of trial and error. I've never dealt with the bugs before. We're going to slide him up against the wall as well. Splattercat can take the opposite side, because I think this wall will give him cover. It's tough to test line of sight in this game, but I think I know what I'm talking about. And then we'll put the ghost right there. Give him some overwatch. Oh, I'm actually in line of sight right there. A 30 damage line of sight shot or an overwatch from there, though. I'll take that. No heals are up and ready to go, though, so I'm going to have Eshaveri Eve fall back. I want her to get healed for the max amount, and 15 is looking like the amount that I want. I suppose I'll step into line of sight here. Take an aim shot at this guy, and down he goes. That'll clear the cover for the rest of my guys. We'll have Woogie take his 3 shots at the bug, hopefully wounding it, at the bare minimum, kind of scratching it. Looks like a 25. I think that was a 16 and a 9, so that gives us a 25. Until our heal is back up and ready to go, we want to protect Eshaveri Eve. Let's take Mana Ball's not going to be up for a little bit anyways. So I guess we'll get the Ghost into position with 2 AP. I'm trying to pick what I want to do right now. He'll take a shot. I probably could have buffed his accuracy, but it's okay. He made the hit, so I'll accept it. And I'm just going to sort of wait and see. Throw an aim buff on him because he's not aiming so well. Just in the future interest of survival, Echeverry Eve will also throw an aim buff on the 2 guys with the shotguns that kill the bugs because I'm assuming we're going to have to unload on this guy pretty hard. Splattercats from deep field. I'm sorry, I still got Echeverry Eve. Well, we might as well take a couple long bomb magic shots then. I mean, there's no harm in it. No harm, no foul. I didn't expect those to land, but we'll take what we get. We'll also get Harlequin into position so that he can fire with the launcher. I think they, if I remember correctly, they have some kind of ranged attack or something. Let's see if we can drop him right now. There's a... God, the worst time misses, I'll tell you that much. So there's 16 more, which leaves us with Woogie. I'm actually going to have Woogie step up and point blank him since he has the AP to do so. There's 9. There's 16. Okay, so he's down. These gents, that leaves them just waiting for him to spawn. And I'm going to kind of spread them around a little bit so that I'm not kind of impeding on anybody's spread fire. I don't really know how those guns are going to work. They might work like shotguns. They might work like pistols. And I just want to make sure that I'm not getting caught in my own crossfire. In this turn, we should have heals back up and ready to go. So let's heal the 15 on Echeverry. There it is. Very nice. We'll also use her turn. He's already got a buff. He's already got a buff. I can't buff the drone, so I might as well buff... Oh, I don't know. Let's throw some armor on somebody that's more than likely to get hit, I suppose. We'll throw it on the Ghost, since he doesn't seem to be very good. The Ghost, his stats are kind of lackluster. Not going to sugarcoat that one at all. I don't know if maybe I can overwatch for when these things spawn, but it's worth a try. Let's put him on his launcher, and we'll overwatch with the launcher. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. If it's a freebie hit, it's worth trying. Alright, so there's a little bit of damage. Oh, it did work. Very cool. Oh, he decided to move. That's why it worked. Alright. Well, that was what I was hoping for in either case. With an 88% chance to hit, let's put another round on. Oh, miss. Damn. Come on now. These 88%, like... Are you... What? I'm rapidly becoming frustrated with this game's inability to land really clutch shots. There's 15 more. And it's all on... Yeah, it's all on... Hopefully this works. I mean... There we go. Okay, so we've actually killed a bug. That's our first bug kill. I guess I could have fallen back on other people firing. I don't know if the shotgun round that just came out of the launcher counts as it makes them less immune. Like, will my weapons affect the bugs after they've been hit with that once? As I recall from the fight that we had previously, they respawn pretty quickly, which makes me nervous about allowing them to exist much longer than I have to. Take some time here and have everybody reload with their spare AP. We don't know what's coming in the next room. Oh, we do actually know what's coming in the next room. Now, he is rerouted over against this wall from what I understand. But I guess I'll break off the episode right here mid-combat. I don't like doing it, but since they haven't given me the option to save, I will. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the Nerd Castle. We're about 30 minutes in, and so it's time to bid you adieu. Cut out the dreck and hopefully stay safe out there, chummers. It's getting pretty rough out in the shadows. I'll see you next time.